Looks like the charred remains of a shop. Might have been Thurlus's. Antlers if I shoot them off. Scroungers. Mold have said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. Maybe use acid against it. Through the scrap piles for a metal panel. Get this from my stash when I need it. I think I have everything I need for Mildiv. Good thing, too. I can use a decent meal.
You say you bristle, bristling.
Don't you think I'd forgotten? I never.
There you are. I happen to receive another visit from Olvin himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Wow. Mildif, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
Might be a good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out. And see what else Mildif's cooking up.
Nora in the dance. Now I've seen everything.
We are on the same side here, Aloy. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, drop the act. What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself, Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the...
Well, I refuse to play when my fellow laborers intimidated and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risked nothing, while demanding that someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
If Chainscrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
I cleared out all the bristlebacks.
Oh, you did?
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh, there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm the kills. Make sure the valley is safe again. It shouldn't take more than a day or two.
No. You blow the whistle now.
These are innocent Osram lives we're talking about here. Surely the delay...
Either you do it now, or I will.
Ah, I knew you could do it! Friends, gather around. The savior of Meridian has done
Now
it again.
what?
The bristlebacks are defeated. You,
What?
sound the whistle. Chainscrape is open for business.
Terrific. Yay.
And Ulvund has agreed to personally pay every worker their lost wages.
Yeah!
That's more like it.
Yeah!
Woo!
Ha
Yeah! Yeah!
Don't you have an embassy to get to?
Yeah, I guess I do. Well, the Chainscrape's back to work. Merchants should be open to trade. I should see if they have anything useful before I send Wadis off to Barren Light. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Osram hammers metal in an empty board. This is gonna be my day.
Brought out only the good stuff for you, Red. Seeing as you got that whistle blowing.
Hey, I've been waiting to get my lucky hammer fixed for days.
You haven't done anything useful like getting rid of any bristlebacks, though, have you? Take your time. I promise you won't be disappointed. Come back anytime.
Now can I get this fixed?
I can fix your tools. Afraid there's no fixing you.
Someone
Running
said
like that,
I
you're
had
gonna
the best singing voice in all.
Oi!
Missy!
Took you long enough.
Ah, Savior! Over here! Savior. And my condolences that...
I've dealt with worse.
The idea that the Carja purposely let Bristleback... It's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his...
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first... But unless they have wings, I don't know. I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is barren light. Look, if you can get to the... Help me shut Ulvund up.
What is this concession?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the... Only the portions, mind you, that produce...
Let me guess. Because he stands...
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment.
He can't get those investments without the...
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their... Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why, no matter how absurd, works in...
How did...
I asked for the posting, overseeing the entire valley. It was an honor. Is...
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even... I'll find a way. I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first...
Yes, according to one, said the ground trembled before they came. He took off and ran.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Carja, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Baron.
Back for that free meal?
gonna stand there?
Can't go to work with a broken
Sure
hand.
is your round.
So, Dion,
Can't be my
you
round.
mean this? And he showed me a flathead.
Oh, it's too important to watch your step, huh?
You heard the whistle. Time to go.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light Wadis. Like Aloy said, captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Well, now that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through it, I'll be able to track down Silence. Hades. Maybe even a GAIA backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light. Or poke around the donk some more first.
Bella doesn't take any flatters. You have the charm, the good looks.
Savior Meridian, come on over here.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone, and not just against me. Name's Odirk. Best place to practice close combat. Say, you, the Savior of Meridian?
Who?
The Enduring. I've heard the Tenakth have trained. It's how the warriors get so and only the very best from the...
So, to find the Enduring, I should...
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are 3 clans, 3 capitals. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to. The Tenakth don't kill you on sight, but that's a far spark in the wind. I also offered challenges to test your...
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're, but you have to beat all the... We only use dual blade. These drunken fools would run themselves. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrow. But I'll look after your gear. So, what do you...
I might be.
That's what I like. attacks are fast but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks.
Haven't seen you around for a while.
Heavy attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack. Power attacks smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage. But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment.
Almost ready to go? Woohoo!
That spear viewer seems to energize after attacks. I think landing heavy attacks and combinations will energize you faster.
Think she lacks any cells?
Now to use that energy, try attacking your enemy. See if you can energize them. And they're armor gone. Shoot the energy. See if you can trigger a blast to cause damage.
Maybe finally someone who will outdrink me.
No, a light attack won't energize your enemy. Hit them with any heavy attack. This one goes to the Nora.
That reminds me.
Single attacks are child's play. A real fighter combines them. Practice this combination as a starter.
Hey, good work, Mike.
Same time, same place.
Whatever you're having.
If opponent, break their weapon block, then follow through to attack with this combination. Repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable.
Use your insights later on.
Close attention to your opponent's stance. Read their intentions. Choose your attacks to break their defense.
Ignoring me again? Woo! I don't want
You think your spear can deal with that armor? Use attacks to energize the spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast their armor off.
Anyone? Make my day.
That energy doesn't last forever. Shoot the glowing part of your opponent before the energy fades.
Fine day for poor singing, I say.
Can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents. You thought this be easy? Good, serious. Good. Yield! I yield. Well fought, friend. Well fought.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ooh. Here, have this.
Thank you, Hodor.
Don't be a stranger now.
See you later, Dirk.
Farewell then.
Aloy, another round here? Heard you've been busy. As for me...
Is there something on your mind?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his concession. If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and... Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees to come all this way and...
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
Looking for a new home, I gather. They're camped out by an old trailhead, and therein lies the problem. A stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage, but the refugees have barred it. Mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual.
Huh. Never...
Yeah, well, these particular shadow... But overall, they're peaceful. Not that it matters to Talon. He'll crack some heads to get... Maybe you could swing by.
So the bristleback... Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one They just showed up one day, rampaging around lost some good people. But bless the bellows, you cleared that put a dent in Ulvin. Now, if only there were some way to smash them all together.
But how could Bristlebacks and the Daunt?
2 words. Concession decree. Ulvin has taken to blaming the Karja. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been...
And people actually believe...
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during their... Give him half a reason, they'll blame...
Damn Karjas.
What else can you tell me about...
Well, they don't call themselves Shadow. At least, not anymore. They're some other brand of sun-crazed. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they don't seem to want for nothing except a place to pray and just enough...
So they're just camped outside blocking entry to a wreck?
Don't rightly know. Should they ever wise up and if they get there first, then by all... Not that Tolan Cleanbrokers ever lost.
Who is this?
Just some chuff-huffing pondsman. Got a shop here in town. Lived in Chainscrape since he and Ulvin go back a ways. Like a pair of...
So Talland works for Ulvin?
Ha! Ulvin might think so. And he ain't the type to let a few refugees get between him and...
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll...
Much appreciated.
Petra said Talland has a shop up here in Chainscrape. I could have a word with him first.
I'm sorry, I'll be right with you.
Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying...
It's a weapon! Kill...
Stop talking.
Where were we? So, you...
Actually, I...
But you're just nuts! I am with a customer!
I'm not a customer.
I got it! Triple the powder. It'll blow a Strider sky high. Ba-boom! One-shot kill. Guaranteed.
Maybe I am.
Then you are in the right...
How would you like to be the proud...
Explosive, done in one, machine wrecking.
Yet perfectly safe, javelin thrower.
Are you two from...
Nah, the claim. Dad sent us out west in search of some unknown opportunity.
Sounds like you had other ideas.
Let's just say that opening another trading post for my parents isn't how I want to make my mark. I imagine...
So...
My apprentice, and there was an incident.
Involving explosives?
Ba-boom!
And Dad's precious homebrew. He shipped us out the next...
Huh. Tell me more about...
Saw a scroll when I was a kid by some car. Had a scary drawing of a Tenakth warrior hunting. Effective? Yes. Basic, but coming out here, and I'm on the brink of vastly...
Whereas I will perfect it.
I can use machine parts to enhance the user's throw, increase the projectile's velocity. Well, Boomer here is adamant that enhancing the projectile is better. Namely with explosive tips.
Boomsticks.
Why not both?
That could work. There's one small snag. I need the parts to make the first working model.
Well, for starters, I'll need charger horns. Intact.
Yeah, that. Just be sure to shoot them off, otherwise they break. But the real innovation, keep it to yourself.
There's a mean one east of here. Blow...
Boomer! You get him for me.
You have a deal. could get around faster if I find a charger to override. I can override one of these chargers. I have to go in quiet, so I don't spook the herd. Gotta find a cauldron to learn how to override machines.
welcome, my friend.
Last part of the Sundom before the flood in the west. Karja horn. What's the rest of the story? Alright, I should find whoever's in charge here. But first, I could resupply at my stash. Might be worth taking a look around, too.
I've got boards ready to go if anyone wants to play some strike.
Friend from the Nora, coming by.
The boars were eating them, and I got a strong stomach.
Take you up on that. Go in light.
Are you looking for garments and armor?
There's Erend. Looks like he's had a few.
Broken ribs will do that to you.
Right.
Gentlemen,
That's our cue.
you taking the edge off?
Huh. Well, I mean, I'd ask you to join, but who'd be left to save the world, right? All right, now let me guess. You're in a rush, right?
How have things been since...
Your silent departure? Yeah, not bad. Vanguard's going strong. Helped Avad pick up the pieces after the battle with the Eclipse. I took a month to bury Ursa in the claim. But when I got back, I got the assignment to babysit. I thought that'd be a cakewalk, so of course, think
You got blindsided.
a couple more of these, maybe I'll believe you.
I was, one...
Yeah, we did. Just the crowd. Half of them owed her a favor, and the other half owed her their lives. In the end, everybody drank. You know, that's the rowdiest few.
Feels like she would have liked that.
Yeah, damn straight. Damn straight. She would have put them all under the table.
What do you know about the embassy?
Oh, yeah, not much. Only that Avad really wants it to happen. He said I'm making peace with these Tenakth. But from what I hear, they're not too big on the whole diplomacy thing. They do most of their talking with blades and arrows. So if you're heading their way, be prepared. Things might get ugly real fast.
I'll keep that in mind. What do you know about this place?
Well, nothing good. It's where the Carja dragged all the captives they took from the Forbidden West during the Red Raids. Lucky ones became slave labor. The rest were hauled off to the Sun Ring and Meridian.
Your sacrifice.
You got it. Tenakth made sure to wreck the place before they chased the Carja out of the West. I can't say I blame them. And now Avad's paying the Osram to rebuild it. And no matter how much new stone they put up. Oh, yeah, don't let me stop you. Yeah, I'm saving the world. That sounds like a lot for just one...
Erend.
Yeah, all right. Can't blame me for trying. I guess what I'm really trying to say is, if you ever do need me...
I know where to find you.
Yeah, don't count on it. Be careful out there.
Lighten up, Paiv. You've got a thick wall of stone between you and the Tenakth out there.
Are you in charge around here?
Ah, apologies, no. That would be Commander Nozar. I'm Lawan, his second in command. So...
I'm here for the embassy. I need... And maybe now that Studious Wadis is here, we can finally get things underway.
Yes, the Sun Priest really seems to like his scrolls. But the embassy remains delayed. Commander Nozar has signaled our readiness, but the Tenakth marshals have yet to sound their horn.
All right, fine. Let me through the gates then.
I'm sure you do. Normally, the gates are open for any who dare to venture out. Asaram salvagers, a few especially brazen Karja, but no one's allowed in or out before they reopen. Once the Tenakth have left.
So what happens?
Mostly trade and negotiation. In exchange, the Tenakth return person that fell during the Red Raids. This particular embassy.
Because the Tenakth are handing over some.
Ah, the exchange has got everyone. You never know if an embassy's going.
You said something about.
They're the tribe's elite warriors. They arrive with a contingent of soldiers from each of their 3 clans. Then, during the proceeding, and by negotiate, Paiv over here came face to face with them, came back drenched in his own.
It was hot that day, sir.
Ha! It was indeed.
Where is this? If he's the one keeping the gates shut, I'll convince him to open them for me.
I'll take you to him, but the commander isn't one to break protocol, especially with.
We'll see about that.
This way.
There's a lot of activity going on around here.
Tenakth tore down this place during the Red Raids. 2 years of labor, and we still have a long way to go. The work stoppage and chain scrape nearly halted our rebuilding efforts. But I hear a certain aura got them back to work.
I was just helping out.
Yes, well, I'm sure Ulvin was thrilled. Stand aside, soldier.
Sir?
There's the commander. Better brace yourself. And good luck.
What more can you expect from Barb?
Ah. Yes. The one who cleared.
We appreciate your service. At least we are ready for...
Didn't you just give the signal?
Both sides must signal readiness.
Yea, for as the first shall be kept.
Shut up. Why the delay?
The Tenakth are a tribe composed of 3 clans. How many banners do you see?
You're just gonna wait? Go find out what's wrong.
Oh, this isn't some forgotten corner of the East where you come from, Nora. It's the Forbidden West. If you don't like it, run back to
The Meridian I saved, you mean?
That's right. Nobody walks to the gate until the 3rd clan arrives and the Tenakth horn has not even the savior of Meridian.
Well, thanks, but I've waited long enough. It's time to go.
Absolutely not. This embassy depends on diligent adherence to... You shall not!
Keep telling yourself that.
Someone approaching! On a machine!
Varl. Open the gates, please.
Do not let order!
Sorry, can't do it.
Sir, it's the Savior! I don't care if it's the devil between herself. The gate stays sealed until that horn grows.
I'm asking nicely.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, Varl.
Hi, Aaron. What's happening?
You know, the usual. Aloy wants something. People try to stand in her way. It's not gonna work.
Oh, that's it. Arrest her.
I'd like to see you try.
Supporting fire?
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded. Hey, Nozar! You stupid bastard. You think you got the authority to keep that door shut in the savior of Meridian's face? What do you think Sun King Avad is gonna do when he hears what you did? Promote you, huh? Let her through, boys. Saving the world.
Forget something back in Meridian?
Look, Varl.
It doesn't matter. Made it just in time. So this tribe that Murad told us about, the Tanakh, we need their permission to go west?
Yeah, well, I figured it'd be nice if they weren't trying to kill me the whole time.
But this embassy hasn't started yet. We're just gonna barge in?
Just no more politics. No more delays. I guess I do. We'll see how it goes.
That is the line between East and West. Cross it and die.
Hold on now. Let's take it easy.
None may walk this valley until our signal sounds. That was our accord with the Carja.
I'm not Carja. I came here on my own to ask for rite of passage.
But they opened the gate for you, did they not? What is the meaning of this violation?
Why send a child? Do they want to parley or not?
The Carja can't be trusted. This is no.
Forget the Carja. This has nothing to do with them. I need to go west to save lives. Maybe even yours.
The only lives you can save are your own. By turning back. Now.
Hold! She's telling the truth about one thing. She's not Carja. She's a Nora from the Savage East. And if she seeks to save lives, should we not listen? Let me speak to her. One last favor for a fellow marshal before he's taken away. A fearless, red-headed Nora. You must be the so-called savior of Meridian.
Just Aloy.
I am unyielding Fashav. Once of the Carja High Command, last of the army of the setting sun.
You're Fashav. Avad gave me a message for you. That he waits for you in Meridian, where you belong.
Avad always was polite. Well, now I'm even more curious about you knowing that you have the confidence of the Sun King. But such an association with the Carja could work against you, as it often has with me. As you can see, tensions are high. This embassy is a delicate affair. They're about to return me to the Sundom, a gesture that might help soothe painful grievances. And now you arrive, unheralded.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I just need to go west.
So you say. I might be able to help, but I need to know why. Along with some assurance that I won't regret it.
I've never seen markings like those on a Carja before.
The Carja see ink as decoration. For the Tanakh, it is much more. A litany of deeds.
Looks like you've vanquished quite a few.
I've fought my share of battles. But I feel that my life, like my markings, is only half complete. This side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like to see the other half marked.
How did you come to be among the Tanakh?
It's quite a story, though I suppose neither of us is going anywhere. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I guess we have time.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Jiran's raiders when they came west, hoping to moderate their worst impulses. I failed. Of course, they committed unspeakable atrocities, stirring the Tanakh into action. When the clans overran our forward encampment at Cinnabar Sands, I stayed behind to help the last stragglers evacuate, and was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy for my captors, mind you. And they paid me back in kind on the journey to their camp. I lost so much blood on the way that I was white as a corpse when they threw me before Chief Hikaro. I thought I was dead for sure, so I resorted to desperate measures.
So when you met the Tenakth chief, you did something desperate.
I'd kept my ears open as the Tenakth dragged me along, and I heard mutterings about a kind of trial by... So, when they flung me at called the Kulrut, thinking that by winning I could request a boon, my life or even my freedom. The other Tenakth howled, but Hekarro stared. Evidently, he appreciated He allowed me to participate in the Kulrut.
You said the Kulrut is a...
Yes. But it is no order. It doesn't pit men against each other, at least not. Instead, the combatants fight machines and a great... Believe me, it is a machine while hundreds around you scream for blood.
I know more about that than...
Do you? I had hopes for freedom, but... well, that wasn't enough.
You wound up serving the...
The winners of the Kulrut must serve the chief.
You mentioned that word before. What does it mean?
The word itself refers to a kind of protective in practice. Marshals are Hekarro's roving lawgivers, part magistrate, part judge. I won my place among their ranks and served as honor demanded, but many Tenakth still spat on the ground when they did, until I started forcing them to the ground to grind.
I guess that's one way to deal with it.
As you may have noticed, violence to survive, one must... The truth is, though, the Karja speak it too. I can't blame the Tenakth for hating.
So then...
Part of me, yes. Always. Yet there is much to admire. I've heard stories about what it was like before. 3 clans always at war, constantly slitting each... Hekarro and the Marshals have crafted a devil. Now he looks to the future. Who knows?
The Karja talk about Hekarro.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him if only because he's... It is true that he is fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought he would flame me up, but he is no bloodthirsty tyrant. Like, I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet, you would find that he only wants... I hope you do speak to him. So, the Karja need to know what I...
Yeah. Are you glad?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't... Or sipping wine. But I have another goal in mind. As someone who knows the I'm in a unique... If Sun King Avad is amenable, my hope...
The Tenakth don't seem that peaceful.
They're not, as a rule. Chief Hekarro knows that survival, even if that change means putting...
You asked why I need right... I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer. 6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian. That threat still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines. The source of it all has gone west, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian, an army of demons vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine. I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tenakth lands. A task so important, and it's just the 2 of you. Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Hekarro knows the West better than anyone. He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Your choice. You can find him at his palace, past the mountains to the southwest. Tell him I sent.
The Sky Clan's banner!
Marshals. It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me.
And the commander?
No. I could only convince a few. He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all 3 clans. If there are fewer from the Sky Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
What's going on?
Not all Tenakth can stomach the idea of parley with the Karja, but enough have come for us to begin.
Then I'll be on my way.
No. The other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
Karja have opened the gates.
As the sun rises over a land and at peace, today is such...
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tanakh!
Regalla. Chief Hikaro's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy. Hikaro has betrayed us! The embassy is proof! And all of you marshals are his accomplices! For this, I condemn you to death!
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us, exile.
Lancers! Form up!
They're riding machines!
Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Vashav! Come with us now, or not at all!
Archers!
Get to cover!
Archers! Keep them back! Left flank! To the Karja! Run them down!
They're not gonna make it.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!
Karja! Stand your ground!
Fire at will! I don't...
What happened? Can you see?
It's just us now.
Hey! Calm down and fight fair!
Lancers! Take the center!
Get ready!
Stick to cover! Archers on the ridge! Here they come!
We're spotted.
Ammo for you!
Here it comes!
Another marshal down! Rider! Right on. Take this ammo! One more traitor dead! I'm on this one! How are they still standing? This one's lined up! What a shock attack! Cut them all down!
I should have enough charger lines to go on now. Just need a little bit from that
Let me know if you need any help! We've survived worse!
That Outlander's here! Together! Taking my shot!
Enough!
You! Outlanders! I'll skin you both!
Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
You're next, girl.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. I can break through a shield if I damage it enough. Gotta get through that shield. There, now's my chance. Give it up! His shield regenerated. Break his guard. Take down that shield. You're not. I'm not giving up. There, he's exposed. Your turn! Come down here and face me!
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life today. Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the Marshals! Slaughtered the Carja! So begins our war on Hikaru. Move out!
Get him to the camp. Now.
You're going on without me, aren't you? Guess I'm stuck with Aaron. For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
I got you.
It's salvage time, boys.
I don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The Marshals weren't expecting Regalla to attack.
And the entire Carja delegation was slain. Nozar, Wadis, Fashav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regalla ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north. With all those machines they were riding, they must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
You said the Tenakth lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as, and then new Utaru farmlands. Past that are the Tenakth. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable waste, somewhere beyond the desert and the territories of the other.
You don't sound...
I've only heard during the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into Tenakth territory, but the United Clans rose up against them. Forced.
So no one except the Tenakth really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the Scholar's scrolls have to be filled with something.
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are...
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the Tenakth. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden...
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to...
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tenakth used to attack, but after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tenakth agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Oseram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regalla...
Well, I'd never call no man's land. The ancient ruins of the south remnants.
You said there were others who went out...
Well, in addition to, there were a couple of other parties of... Even saw 2 Karja scholars. Not sure if they're exceptional.
Fashav called Regalla a rival. Someone...
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the end. If the Tenakth weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low.
About Fashav.
The man was taken captive by the Tenakth. Survived for years out in the west. It's a cruel end for it.
There was more he wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will... No soldier could ask for more.
It's too bad about Nazar and Wadis.
At least Nozar went down fighting. Well, I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action? Seems like you'd have common...
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't. That said, we can't allow our...
I'd need to be on my way.
Then I wish you luck. And don't worry about your friends.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy.
Well, won't have to worry about running out. So, this is the Forbidden West. A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spire should lead to Silence and Hades. And just maybe, a backup of Gaia. It won't be easy out there. The Blight, the Storms, Regalla's machine riders. But I'll have to push through it all. Find a way to fix the world. Like Elizabeth would.